Greetings everyone, we are one day closer to Planet Zoo being in our little midst. Ooh, I can't wait. Today we're covering the big one, that is building. One of the two pillars. One is going to be the animal management, the other one you're going to be spending a lot of time doing is building. And as you can see, we have a whole selection of loos, toilets, WCs, whatever you want to call it, that we're going to be looking at. Now this isn't an in-depth guide to how to build, this is simply me trying to say don't be afraid or nervous or worried that, oh, what I'm going to create is never going to be as good as what you see other people doing, so what's the point? I don't want my zoo to look rubbish. But to be fair, the only thing that separates, this simple four-sided toilet to a huge grand hall that looks incredible made out of white marble is time. That is it. That is the biggest telling factor is how much time you can put into this. So we're going to take this humble four-sided toilet with a little pitched roof, and we're not going to do loads to it. We're just going to do a few little touches, a few little ideas that can make it just stand out and be ours, so that when we go around our zoo and we look at every little building that we've done, we've made it with our own hands, whether it be good or bad, and we know the little story behind it. Like, oh, I was trying to do this with this building, and I was halfway through building it, and oh god, my timber wolf went and gave birth, and I had to go off and do that, and I'm coming back later on, I need to kind of finish fixing it, but now something's happened, I'm actually going to build a building next to it, and I'm going to extend this building over, and that sort of evolution, because you've made it, there's a sense of pride, and just the story of your zoo is expanded into the silly things like building. So you can see the next one here, and all we've done with that is we've taken that pitched roof and we've put a little quirky angled roof on it. Now you will notice that the clipping is coming through from the wall. That's because you can see a lot of orange squares, the grid on the floor. If the walls were just outside of that rather than inside of that grid, then that clipping wouldn't happen. That's just me trying to rush this at the very last sort of days of beta, trying to get these videos, a series of videos recorded. Now you also see here we've got a sign that used to lay flat, and we have now brought it out. We've got it sticking outside the toilet. That's all we've done. We've got a little different, something just spicy little roof, just changed it up a bit, and we've got a sign. And all of a sudden, that looks different. It looks slightly more interesting. It's a little bit more us. Now the biggest thing with just tweaking and changing, the biggest tool you'll end up using, that you'll end up falling in love with, now Cuddles found this, is the X tool. This is it here. This is the axes tool. Now you can hit X once and you'll just be able to like gently move it around your axes, or you can hit it twice and you get this rotation around the axis, which is absolutely fantastic. And that's all we've done is double hit X, rotated it so that it's sticking out. Now you may look at it and think, yeah, but what it does need is a bracket or something, because that would hold it onto the wall. And we can do that. And again, with the detail that goes into each building that you make, and would you just stay where I want you to stay. There. All it is, the little finishing touches, the things that you see. When you see these amazing speed builds, they'll take like 6 hours to build, but then they're sped up. And you think, oh, I wish I had the time to do that. You look at the Indian-themed zoo that was created. And again, just to interrupt myself, you'll see that we're just using the X tool here just to shift this around, just so we get it set right. The Indian zoo that was built, which you look at and think, that looks absolutely awesome. That took designer 300 hours to build. So all it takes is time with any of these things. Once you've got a rough understanding, that's all it takes is just time. As you see here, we've just made a little bracket, just something silly, took 2 seconds to do, and it just adds a little layer of detail. And there we go. Is it amazing? No, but it's just another little layer of detail. Could it be done better? Yeah. By all means, this is me, as I say, just rushing through it. But it's just to give you guys an idea. Don't be afraid. Like, what's the worst thing that happens? You spend a little bit of extra money, and you're like, whoops, actually, I don't like the way it looks. You just hit the undo button, and you get all that money back. So there's nothing to lose. And you have a bit of fun. And you learn a little bit more. So you might then take that a little bit further on the next building. Now, you can see here, all we've done is we've extended it out. We've just basically took the building, we've copied it, and we've created a side that doesn't really need to be there, but it means that little gents and ladies sign that we have on the side, we've now got a much bigger version. It just looks a little bit more impressive, a little bit more grander. We can do more with it now. So as you can see further up, there's more things we can do now. We can tweak this, make this a little bit more interesting. Makes the roof a little bit more interesting, and it makes it a little bit more realistic because it's a bigger toilet. Now, there is more things we can do with this, and I'm literally doing this on the fly while I'm thinking about this. Then we can take this toilet, which you can see here, and if we just edit it, we can pop the toilet out. And we can think, well, actually, why don't we tuck the toilet in behind the ladies and gents signs? There's almost a little area where they can walk in and then turn and go into the toilet. There we go. So that, again, adds a little bit something different. Now, I'm going to leave this little bit in because you're going to see me trying to move this little archway here just to the inside. I'm going to rotate it and I'm going to put it inside. Something that should take 2 seconds. Should not be an issue at all. You're going to see me completely and utterly mess this up. And I want it there for a reason, to show you that everybody has issues. Everybody gets annoyed with camera angles, whatever else. It happens to the best of us. Don't worry about it. Just forget it. Just chill. Does it need to be there? I didn't necessarily need to put it in, but I did, and I faffed about with it, and it annoyed the hell out of me while I was doing it. But I just wanted to show you that it happens to the best of us. Don't worry about it. Just chill. You can either undo it or just go, I'm going to go off and do something else. Now, what I'm going to do is just speed the rest of it up so you guys can see kind of the finished product. Again, I'm not saying any of this is amazing. It's super simple stuff that we're doing, but we're just making this, a simple thing that we started out with, look unique and look interesting and just make it a little bit of our own. Now, while we're finishing this up, quickly want to say, if you are panicking, thinking, I don't really want to be spending time like this, because even just adjusting that sign that you did before or doing this is taking time, and I'm going to have animals that are dying and need feeding, don't worry about it, okay? Don't panic, because what you want to do is just go into Sandbox. Go to Sandbox, use that as a building tool to build your buildings, copy that blueprint, then you can go back into your zoo and carry on building there if you're worried about money or just panicking because you don't want your animals to suffer. Now, as you can see, we've started adding a little bit of detailing now into this. We've got a door and an air conditioning unit. Do they need to be there? No, but they're just adding a little bit of spice, a little bit of, again, a little bit of individuality, a little bit of something new. And this is our final iteration. We've moved the light, so we're using a black pole, and I was like, I wonder if I can actually sink a lamp, or the lamp post in sort of between it, which you can see there. So the lamppost, the pole is actually sat over the top of it, and it works perfectly. And because we don't have the lamp on the little wall now, we can put a little elephant on there, and we've got some edging on the wall and everything else. We've got some plants in there. It looks nice. So we've got a little bit of overhang coming across. Now, this last one, which is the reason I'm talking about toilets, is actually one that I saved onto my blueprint from my actual zoo. Now, this red brown here, this is a little trick. If you have a colour that you just really like, that you can pull out and just put on all of your custom builds, it brings everything together in that area, whether you want it for a particular zone or you want it for the whole zoo. Like, I picked this reddy brown, and I had a little bit of dash of reddy brown on all of my buildings, and it just gave like a theme to that area and to the overall zoo. Now, what you will see here at the bottom, just before we go on to the next bit, is how much each blueprint costs. They're all saved at the bottom. The difference between a simple four-sided building is not a lot compared to the M1. So experiment, go crazy, have fun. Now, if you're set in your ways and you want that little shed, we're going to show you another approach. Just let's go a little bit different, a little bit crazy. What can we do with just this simple little box that's going to look, I don't know, just fun and funky, and something that, you know, other people may not have done before, or it's just something that makes it ours, which is what this is all about. What I love is looking at other people's zoos and other people's designs and the things that they've done. Now, we're going to go through pathing, but if you're wondering how you do the angle, just hold down shift as you're moving the ramp, the path up and down, and it will turn itself into either a ramp, or if you go even further, it will turn itself into steps. Now, you may be wondering, what the hell are you doing? I'm sinking the zoo toilet down. So if you think of it like the subway, as you go to the subway station in London, there's a lot of the subway stations, you'll have a set of stairs going down and they go into the toilet. So this is what we're kind of recreating here. And we're going to try and make it just a little bit interesting. So we don't need this roof. This pitch roof doesn't work for us at the moment, and therefore we don't need the two Gabriel M. So let's get rid of them. What do we fancy roof-wise? Now, because we're on the main map, the tutorial map that they had for us, we've got access to the glass roofs. So let's play about with those a little bit. Look at this domed roof here. Yeah, let's go with that. Now, we could put one on either side, but I don't know if that works. I think going sort of behind again may work. If we just shift, drag it up there. Yeah, that works better going that way. So we get rid of the two either side. Now, you're going to be thinking, but you've got a big gap there now. Yeah, we could do something with that. That's where filler comes in. Plants are your saviour. If you've got anything where you're thinking, I need to cover that up or it doesn't look good, like the back of that building, it just had a door and air conditioning unit. What you could do is put a little 1 metre high wall coming out and then going at right angles. And then you could put like a bin or something there to look like that's where the staff, you know, put all the bins from the toilet and that sort of thing. Just give it a little bit more RP, for want of a better term. As you can see here, bushes are going to save us. We're just going to add in some bushes, tweak them about, and that's going to cover up so many of our sins. You will see that every zoo I've ever made has a ton of bushes in it, because I just... they cover up, as I say, so many of my errors and so many things. I'm like, no, it doesn't quite fit right. I know, I'll put some vines or I'll put some bushes down. Don't be afraid to do that. It actually adds a lot of character. That you're having all these bushes there, it makes it feel natural and real, where actually it's covering up for your mistakes. But you can see here, this, I'm going to show you the X tool once again, because this is going to start to annoy me. So I need to put one, there's like 2 more that need to go in, but they're just, because I've got the snapping to surfaces and stuff like that on, it's just, it's frustrating. So we're just going to go into the X tool, we're going to tweak that around a little bit, and there we go. That's the X tool again, put it in the position we actually want it. So this being able to actually micro position stuff is absolutely superb. Let's go okay with that. And let's move you into position. And we're going to need to tweak you around a little bit. See, the X tool is just so good. So invaluable. Now, a lot of people will be going, I don't like that. Now, you could put, see here, we've got the little front way that's exposed. You could easily put just a little front arch on that. I'm going to stop now because this video is running on long enough without me trying to tweak this and look pretty. But you can literally see that took all of 2 seconds to do. And we've got this cool, snazzy looking sunk bathroom the guests can go into. It just looks different. And it took nothing to do. It was a box toilet that we just sunk in the ground. You didn't even really need to do the walls. You could have just sunk that toilet down, put some glass roofing on it. Now, in terms of where the archway is, you could put some fancy designs. You could put some zebra print, whatever, on there. So people looking down from the arches would have something cool to look at. Now, last, and by no means least, if you are a little bit... I just really don't want to go through the hassle, because even you doing that sign took ages, or you sinking that bathroom took ages. What we can do is we can adapt. We can take the amazing, and I do mean the amazing artwork that Frontier do for this game, and we can use that ourselves. They're building templates, even if they're not the ones we necessarily want, we can adapt them. So here, this is actually a terrarium building. I'm so grateful to Cuddles teaching me that word, or how to pronounce it, I should say. So the terrarium here should nicely sit in the middle of that. These are all the little plinths around the outside, the exhibit giving people details about the exhibit within. But we don't want that, so we're going to get rid of all of these bits. Get rid of that. This bit, so we're going to need to explode the building. There we go, now we can actually edit. So we need to get rid of that, because that's where our front entrance is going to be. We're going to keep the others around the side, but we're going to get rid of the plinths. Now we've got a lovely template for a building. So let's go to the bathrooms. Let's greedy. Nope. There we go. Bathrooms, grab that. And again, we're just going to spin it around. And we're going to hold down shift so it drops in. There we go, we're at ground level. Boom. Click that in, and now all we need to do is simply drop in the walls. So we're going to that, and there's the back one. Spin it around again. There's that one. Spin it around again, and boom, done. Now we've turned a really nice looking terrarium building into a simple little toilet. Do not be afraid to play. This game is so good, and building is such a huge aspect and such a fun aspect of it. Don't be afraid to play about. Yes, okay, it may not look as good as something that somebody spent 300 hours building, or 6 hours, or 8 hours, whatever they spent doing it, but it is yours. And as you evolve, and as the zoo evolves, as you get more money, as you research more things, you can go back, and because you're not afraid, you can add these little tweaks, these little touches, these changes, and you can make it inherently yours. And that's one of the huge things I love about this game. But that is me done here, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you all had an amazing day. And I will see you all tomorrow, where yet again we'll be just that one step closer to getting Planet Zoo. Have a great one, everyone.